Hey, Jack Squad, how's everybody doing? Hope all is well, and I hope you are making it happen for yourself, right? Listen, y'all, I got t-shirts now, don't forget. I'm gonna always have t-shirts. Get some for Christmas presents. This is a motto, this is a slogan, this is a mantra. Make it happen for yourself. You know, when I'm wearing my t-shirts and I'm out and about, even at work. I just sold some at work. People always say, make it happen for yourself. That's absolutely right. Make it happen for yourself. Live by that, right? So t-shirts, email me, and I'll give you all the information on what to do to get one. They're $20. Did I say like, share, comment, and subscribe? If I didn't, I'm saying it now, right? All of my social media stuff is down in the description box, as well as my email and my Cash App if you want to donate to my channel, y'all. Listen. I'm going to talk about something. You know, I've stayed away from it, but I'm going to need to speak on it because friendship is important to me, right? And how you treat treating your friends nicely in a friendly way should be normal and natural to most people, right? So today I'm talking about Shanquella Robinson, right? And let me pull up my notes. And listen, now they got a new term for it. They call it femicide. So listen, y'all, let me start off by saying, I give my condolences and prayers to her family, right? This is a hard thing to go through. Not only was she a young woman, but, the fact that it was sudden, this wasn't expected. It wasn't like she was sick with something and you preparing yourself. She went on a trip. This was supposed to be a happy thing, and she never came back, right? That's number one. Number two is her mother, right? Like, I know for me, my daughter, like I have two sons and a daughter, but a mother and daughter bond is different, right? She's like your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad. Like one of my friends, in Charlotte, this is her cousin, right? I got a lot that I want to say about this. You know, I just was trying to. First, I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because I'm going to tell you why. First of all, she went there with her friends to have a good time. Day one, she's dead, right? You can't tell me that there was not some sort of backstory plan that this is what we're going to do. Now, did they plan to kill her? No, I don't think that. But I think that they was going to agitate the mess out of her and do what they do to fighting and all that. Now, I don't think I saw the whole fight. I see a little bit of it, and then I stopped watching it, right? For her to have her back and the spine and vertebrae, all that's the back. So was she getting stepped on? Like, that's a lot of anger. That's a lot of anger. It's not like a girl fight. Like, girl, and y'all have a little scrapple. That was anger. That was hate. That was animosity, right? And they say the girl was doing well in her businesses and so on and so forth. And I also read somewhere that her money was missing, right? This is the part I don't get. The people that were there. See, in my mind, everybody that was there needs to go to jail. The girl that was doing the fighting, and the photographer, the video person, definitely, and then whoever else was in the room that didn't stop. But let me tell you something. If I'm out with my friends, they ain't even got to be my friends. If I'm out with some group of people and they get to violently fighting, I'm gonna do one or two things. I'm gonna either leave or I'm going to try to break it up. Now, if I don't really know these folks, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna get my raps and go right on out the door. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be no parts of this. And I don't know if they were sharing rooms or what the room situation was like. There's no way I'd have sat there and watched her. Now, let's say I sat there and watched it, because they're young and dumb. Let's say I sat there and watched it. I learned years ago not to watch a fight. I'll tell you about that later, why I don't. They sat there and watched it, right? And now she's lifeless, right? Once I discover that she's lifeless, if I have to sneak out the room, I'm going to tell. I am going to tell, say, hey, they got in a fight. She ain't breathing no more. That's what I'm going to do. I don't understand how they went on about their day, then went back home. I don't understand. I don't have no understanding of this. Did everybody not like her? And how does she think that these people were her friends and didn't get an inkling? Because I saw a video on, this was another reason what made me talk about it. I think it was TikTok. And I think her sister was speaking and was saying she knew that that girl wasn't her friend, right? You know, not times the sister do know that stuff, right? Because I remember my sister, one of my close giggle buddies, and my sister met her and instantly looked at her and said, that ain't your friend. Now, I don't know what she saw, but that's what she said, right? But I don't get how they went on with their trip and then went home like it was cool, and then tell the mother like they wasn't gonna do an autopsy or any kind of test and say she had alcohol poisoning, when I believe the girl didn't even drink. Right now, you know, maybe you don't drink when you go on a trip. You may drink, right? But I can't wrap my head around why they wanted to do that. Why go on a trip in another country? Listen, y'all, you can't do stuff in other countries. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all before I went on a trip to Jamaica just before COVID, year or so before COVID, about 4 years. Yeah, it was about the year before COVID. It was the year before I left. And I went on a trip to Jamaica. That's a whole other country. And my friend's friend got on my nerves so bad I wanted to fight everybody at the table, right? And I had to think about it. I had to go in my room and think. But I'm older. Like, I don't want to be in Jamaican jail, right? I'm on a trip to have a good time. I am a happy-go-lucky girl. Do not bother me, and I don't bother you. But once you bother me, then it turns into a whole other monster, right? Now, what I don't understand either is why she didn't fight back. Was she that loyal to her friend? I don't understand any of it. I don't understand. Did they drug her? Like, I don't understand anything that went on. I don't understand the rationale behind any of it, right? All I know is a young lady that is not here anymore. And it's sad and it's a shame, and they all should go to jail. They all should go to jail. In my opinion, you sat there and watched it and lied on it and went on with your trip and lied. Oh, that's a crime. If it ain't nothing but, what is it called? What is that called? It can get you 5 years in Ohio. Can't think of the name of it right now. I'm going to think of it in a minute. Obstruction of justice, something. But they're all, I don't know, they all need to go to jail. Now, I do see that the one lady is, the one girl is, and the mom is blasting the FBI. Now, so the girl, that's her name, Dejanay Jackson. They're handing her over to the Mexican authorities, right? And now they calling it a femicide. Like, I guess that's death by a woman. Here's what it means. That's, an unfamiliar term. Femicide is an unfamiliar term for many in the United States, as this gender-motivated crime has not been defined by U.S. legislation, despite being, they say it's a global issue. Didn't know that. So Robinson, the girl, it was a 25-year-old former student at Winston-Salem State University. Wow. Femicide. I've never heard of femicide, but globally, it's a thing. Globally, it's a thing. Didn't know that. But women can be very catty, but in my mind, it's like, can't you feel the vibe? Can you feel the negativity? And I didn't want to look at none of these videos, but briefly, I guess I was on TikTok, I think I was on TikTok or something, right? On Reels or something. And Shanquella was walking, she had got there, and she was walking through I don't know if it was a room, a hotel, resort, wherever she was. And then she was like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Like, and I just stopped watching because I didn't want to see it, right? Because I just think, I don't like there's a show out now called The Last 24 or The Last Words or something. That's a little bit too morbid for me. I don't want to see what the people did right before they died. Like, I don't want to see that, right? So Mexico and other Latin countries have a law recognizing femicide as a different crime than homicide. How so? Because a woman did it? Hmm. Hmm. So this is what they consider femicide in Mexico. Gender-based violence is a big problem globally, and why scholars say that writing femicide into the U.S. law could help women. It's become a crisis in Mexico. Really? It's the most extreme, femicide is the most extreme form of gender-based violence and is defined as the intentional murder of women because they are women. You can call it what you want to call it. The girl is not here. Homicide, femicide, she's not here, right? So the killing of women, like I do know this in Cleveland, the killing of women is at an all-time high. I've never seen it like that before. And they just literally leaving their bodies in the streets or abandoned houses and carrying on, right? Like I said, I want them all to go to jail. Because this girl thought she was going on a trip to have fun with her friends. And that was not the case. And they all, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. I don't know these people. This is my opinion. They all knew what was happening. And they all thought it was funny. And I think one of the guys was supposed to be her best friend. And that ain't know how best friends act. Because if my best friend get into a fight and it look like she losing, I'm gonna break it up. I'm gonna break it up. Now, if she winning and she got a just cause, I might let her win. But I ain't gonna let nobody pummel and stomp nobody to death. I'm not gonna let that. Best friend winning or not, I'm just not gonna do that, right? I'm not, listen, I think that was horrible. Like, what kind of human beings are they? To be on a trip. A trip is a happy time, right? This is why I got so upset when I went to Jamaica. It's supposed to be a happy time. And my one friend allowed her other friend to make it an unhappy time, right? And I didn't have no understanding of it. I had no understanding of it. And was literally ready to whoop everybody that was there. I had sized them all up. I could take all that, right? Because I want to have a good time. I ain't here for foolishness. I ain't save all my money and pay all this money for foolishness. Really? But again, I was older and wiser, and I thought, I actually did think. I went to my room, called my daughter, called my sister, and thought. Okay? Thought. Talked to the Lord and thought better against. But now my mood is messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, I want them all to go to jail. Point blank, period. I don't know. Like, so the crime happened, and this is my question to all you legal beagles. The crime happened in Mexico. Why are they only extraditing the Dejanay girl? Why not all of them? And have they been, because I ain't heard about no interviews that they speak to these people. Like, these people went on home and went on about their business. Where they at? What they doing? Who's talking to them? Do they have lawyers? I got some questions, right? Like, I got questions, what is the United States going to do about these people that they didn't send over there? And are they going to send them all over there? Do Mexico want them all? Like, because, I've heard different stories, like the doctor went in the room, she was laying down, or somebody went in the room. Like, I need to know the whole truth. Might not never know it, but I need to know the whole truth. And then, that's traumatizing. Okay, let's say you was there and you was so traumatized, you didn't do nothing, and you went on home. You got to live with that guilt forever. Forever. That's going to haunt them forever. Forever. Right? Did they, and then after they found out the girl was dead, did they, they called the mama and said she had alcohol poisoning, but y'all left her there in the room or something like that? All that is wrong. And it may not all be legally wrong, but it's morally wrong. Straight up, it's morally wrong, right? It's wrong, right? Again, my condolences go out to the mom. That's just a horrible, for me, it was too horrible to wrap my mind around, y'all, really. It was too horrible for me to wrap my mind around. That's the God honest truth. That's why I didn't talk about it. It's just too horrible. I don't have no understanding of that. I want them all to go to jail, though, that's for sure. And if the Mexico, you know, I was watching another TikTok, a reel or something, and I think the girl was from Mexico, and she was like, they don't want to be in Mexico jail. Ain't nothing, and it's horrible, right? But if you take a life and you purposely took a life, you know, because the fact that her back was broke, like, what was you doing? Slamming her, sliding her across the floor, stepping on her, like, what? All of that? Especially for, see, listen, it's no fun to fight someone. You get no gratification fighting someone that don't fight back. You get no gratification from that. You're a special kind of evil if you fight somebody, especially as little as she looked on that video. You fight somebody and they don't fight back. And you just keep doing stuff to them. That's hate. You hated her. That was hate. And you took it out. That was rage. That's what that was. That was jealousy, envy, rage, all of that. All of that. It was some of the 7 deadly sins was in that, right? So anyway, y'all, don't forget to like. I done got hyped up about that because I just don't understand it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. You know, if you don't like somebody, get away from them. You know, why be around somebody you don't like? Why go on a trip with somebody you don't like? If you knew you didn't like her that much, why would you go on a trip with her? Unless that was your plan. That's all I got to say about that, because I ain't got no understanding of it, y'all. Anyway, y'all be cool.